What's up, everyone? Welcome to a brand new episode of Accelerate News. Now, it's been very interesting bringing you guys headlines from the comfort of my home, but in the last couple of weeks, I must admit that it has been quite stressful. The situation around the world is not getting any better, but hey, I think that there is light at the end of the tunnel because around the world, people are now protesting police brutality and racism. Right here in Nigeria, we're also protesting against rape and the safety of our women. Well, sometimes I get personally overwhelmed, but hey, I have to keep up with the updates just because of you guys. Welcome to a brand new episode of Accelerate News. Once again, my name is Biodun. Don't go anywhere. Now, last week, we saw one of our very own, in person of Nigerian-British actor John Boyega, protesting with people in London all week long. Now, it was absolutely amazing to see him out there. The protests in London are still peaceful, but a lot of people are coming out and making their voices heard for this great cause. Police brutality and racism is something that affects us all as a people. Hashtag all Black Lives Matter. Now, at the protest in Hyde Park last week, he gave a very powerful speech which caused some people to get moved to tears, and he also said that while he was at it, he didn't know if he was going to still have a career in Hollywood anymore. But hey, thankfully, Hollywood producers and directors and many of his friends have reached out to him to reassure him that his career was far from over and they are in support of him through this ordeal. Last week and over the weekend, Nigerians took to the streets to protest against rape culture in Nigeria and also demand that the government declares a state of emergency on gender-based violence in the country. The protest, which was organized by the Stand to End Rape NGO, saw a lot of Nigerian celebrities and influencers on the streets with placards demanding for justice for raped victims. Now, they also took out time to educate passers-by on the meaning of consent and demand that every Nigerian do their part in ending the abhorrent culture. Now, if you're looking for ways to help, you can donate to Stand to End Rape, Mirabel Center, the Consent Workshop, and Hands Off Initiatives. They are all NGOs that create awareness and help fight against sexual violence against women and girls. While we're at it, we can also play a role by our individual selves. Make sure you educate people around you and use your voice and every social media platform you have to speak against rape. While we're all still demanding justice for Tina, Uwa, and Jennifer, sadly, another 18-year-old girl in person of Barakat Bello has been raped to death in the Akinyele local government area of Oyo State. Barakat was a Year 1 student at the Institute of Agriculture Research and Training, Ibadan, who also hawked items to help her family out. The father of the deceased, Elekbo, said that he was not at home when Barakat was killed, adding that the deceased sister was also not around at the time the incident happened. According to him, the victim's sister found Barakat's body at the back of the house in a pool of her own blood when she returned from Quranic lessons that fateful day. This is absolutely sad. I mean, first of all, it was somebody just studying in a church. Now somebody who just went for Quranic studies and came back home. What really do women have to do to be safe in this country? It's absolutely sad, but back to the news. The father said, quote, "The younger sister saw her at the back of the house with deep cuts all over her body. She had been raped and killed. Somebody called me on the phone that I should come home, but he refused to tell me what happened. When I got home, I saw that my daughter had been raped and stabbed to death." The police public relations officer in Oyo State, in person of Olubenga Fadeyi, has said that an investigation has been launched and is now calling on people to provide any information that they could have that would help the case. People, this is one of those times where we need to come together as citizens. Anybody who has any information that could help the police resolve this should please send information as necessary. The Nollywood Me Too movement has begun, and I guess we are absolutely here for it. Now, a lot of people are speaking up against producers and directors who have sexually assaulted them while they were on set of production for some Nollywood movies. One of the said persons is Mr. Victor Opala, popularly known as the superstar director. Now, the thing came at him when this guy posted hashtag say no to rape, end rape, and people who sadly have gone through this ordeal with him were quick to call him out on social media saying, hey, you are also responsible for this as well. The producer-director met his Waterloo when he shared a post in support of the Stop Rape Culture movement and even suggested that all rapists be castrated. This prompted young girls he allegedly assaulted and even raped to speak up against him. Now, reading or listening to these ladies narrate their encounter, you would see that there is a pattern. He literally approached a lot of them when they were minors, just trying to break into the industry with the promise of making them stars if only they slept with him. Now, one of the ladies who shared a heart-wrenching voice note of her ordeal narrated how he allegedly raped her while on his set, actually. He said to her, quote, "You have to sacrifice something to get something," then went ahead to force himself on her. This is heartbreaking, and I hope that this is taken to court and justice is served. Now, if you have been a victim of rape or sexual assault, please make sure you reach out to any of the numbers flashing on our screen right now. That's it for today on Accelerate News. Now remember, if you're looking for the dopest content to keep your mind off the stresses of the world, stay locked right here on AccelerateTV.com. Now remember, coronavirus is still a thing. People are still dying from the virus and numbers are still increasing. If you're feeling any symptoms, please make sure you reach out to the NCDC. If you're also aware of any places that you should not be at this time, please try to avoid it. And a lot of people are still moving around without face masks. I don't know what to say to you. Please remember to stay safe. That's it for today. Once again, my name is Biodun, and until next time, stay safe, everybody.